The Geekorama podcast is brought to you by superherofiction.com, the one-stop shop for novels featuring the superpowered heroes we all love. Your hosts are
Trish Heinrich, author of the Vigilante Superhero Universe.
And I'm Jeremy Flagg, author of the Children of Notre Dame universe.
Oh, wow. So, hi, Jeremy. How you doing?
I'm doing a lot better than you by the sounds of it.
Yes, you are. I'm going to go ahead and go first just to get out of the way my update. So, the good news, first, the really good news. Fahrenheit's Ghost, book one of the Heroes of High Tide, has released this week.
Woo!
I'm so excited. It's 99 cents right now, and it's in Kindle Unlimited. So if you're looking to like really fatten up your to be read quarantine list, go pick up a copy. And I also just put up the sequel for pre-order. It's not live yet for pre-order, but it will be by this weekend. So if you just want to get both of them right now, you can totally do that. But that's the good news, and I'm so excited about it. And it's already it's doing really, really well. So far, people seem to really like it. But the bad news, in case you can't tell, gentle listeners, I am sick, and I went old school. Forget this newfangled COVID. I have swine flu, y'all, because that's just how I roll.
I don't like. Is it okay to poke jokes at it at this point, or is it?
Yes, please laugh or cry. Seriously, it's almost 3 weeks. I have been sick for almost 3 weeks.
I I commend you for going through the history books and seeing what could I possibly get.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I wanted to be unique, so here I am.
I feel like that deserves like a ham sandwich and a Corona.
Except I don't eat meat, so it would have to
Oh,
be you could have the ham sandwich. I'll take the
vegan
beer.
pork sounds really wrong.
It's disgusting. Just don't.
Mm,
Yeah, no.
I'll just drink
On,
Coronas.
yeah, I'll have the Corona. How are you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. We're in full fledged lockdown quarantine in Massachusetts. The isolation is definitely. So for those who don't know, I'm from Maine. So for 4 to 5 months out of the year, isolation is just what we do. It's really weird to be not around other humans and there be no snow on the ground. So my psyche is a little confused at the moment. Um, but I'm using this time to be productive. I officially finished the first and second draft of my superhero smut today, so that's kind of a big thing off the plate. And then I am hopefully getting back to just normal writing at this point now that this project's over.
That's exciting.
So it's not new book ish big news, um, but it looks like there might be a new book very soon on the horizon. My readers have decided that they don't like me stockpiling the books, and they have decided to make themselves heard. So
Oh,
we
wow.
might see a release date in the near future.
That would be good.
So I'm excited and a little nervous all at the same time. So you know,
I'm
with the
feeling
rest of
that
the
with you.
world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, excuse me, you're going to do the pop culture history this week. So lay it on us.
Okay, so 1976 today, Barry Allen is born, and I had to go look this up. It's according to the 76 DC calendar. They used to publish a calendar of important events, and that's where his official birthday comes from. Since then, it's been retconned a few times. In 1972, Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, debuted. 1980, Jean Grey goes full Dark Phoenix in Uncanny X-Men 134. And here's the kind of weird one for you, but it still follow us on this. In 1980, Who Shot JR episode of Dallas premiered, giving rise to the popularity of cliffhanger season ending episodes. And it didn't dawn on me until I just said it. Do you remember the Simpsons cliffhanger of who shot Montgomery Burns?
No, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons when I lived with
So
my parents.
I did not watch this episode of Dallas. I of course I know what it's talking about, and The Simpsons ripped it off verbatim with
Mm.
a big cliffhanger. Who shot Montgomery Burns? Surprise, they all did, and ultimately Maggie Simpson did. It was confusing,
Maggie is legit the best Simpson.
of course, hands
Yeah.
down. But it's funny because do you in your novels leave cliffhangers at the end of them, or do you wrap it up?
So the very first Vigilantes book, I see this is actually a contentious point amongst my fans. Half of them say it's a cliffhanger, and the other half say no, it's wrapped up, but it's a series, so that you can't vanquish the villain in the first book. I try my best not to write a cliffhanger. Especially after that first book, I really, really tried to be super careful because some fans really did not like it. Like I got some pushback, but then others loved it. So I feel like it's this really weird gray area sometimes. I
My
try not to do it, but I mean, sometimes if you're writing a series, you kind of can't help it.
Yeah, you gotta drag those threads out a little bit.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if a comic book every issue wrapped up everything in one issue?
yeah, seriously. I just, this whole issue with no cliffhangers, I think people are, first of all, I think it's subjective, honestly.
Mm.
Like, for the most part, there are some that it's like, okay, you straight up didn't even give me a denouement, you just cut it off. That's
Yeah,
not okay. But, like,
fade to black.
yeah, I think that for the most part, what a cliffhanger is really subjective. And I think some readers take it too far, where they just like blast an author for a subjective point of view, in my opinion.
The my first superhero book is so wrapped up so nicely that if you stopped reading right there, you would think the series was over. Um, and
Tough though.
I did it because I wasn't sure the publisher at the time was going to take books two, three, four, and five. So I wrapped it up so neatly, and I actually think I'm going to go back into it and unwrap it a little. Just
Ooh.
it not change anything, just add the epilogue, like literally a one-page epilogue of that villain that you thought was defeated. Well, here's a mysterious something. Just
Oh, nice.
an epilogue to, you can say, with, and it's
Yeah.
one page. So um
Well, and Fahrenheit's Ghost, the book that just releases this week, it was previously released last year, but I when I rebooted or when I relaunched the other series, I also took this one off because it had some editing issues that needed to be just fixed. So I thought I would just do that too. But there were a couple people that said that was a cliffhanger, and I was like, okay, come on, people. Like there was only one thing that I could think of that they were like that. And I was like, it's a series. I'm not going to tell you every freaking thing. Like, you have to read the next book if you want to know that how that one thing, works out.
Whereas my book two, someone's head explodes, cut to scene. In book three, the character that you've fallen in love with pushed out a window.
See, I don't do that shit and I still get complaints. I don't understand.
The only reason I could get away with it between books three and four was because it was the books were released so close together that I could get away with it. The
Oh, well,
books,
yeah.
when the head explodes on book two, there's literally, they have to go away and lick their wounds, and some people just, they were like, well, where's the rest of the story? Well, that's why there's books three and four coming. Like, I can't, the book was already like 400 pages. I can't make an 800-page book for you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Sorry, guys. Author gripes right there. So
Yeah.
apparently the verdict is completely out on that one.
All right.
So what do we have for geek outs this week?
So, my geek out, Dan and I, my husband, we were kind of like going back over some things that we really love to watch because we're both sick, so we don't want to watch anything new while we're like this. And a YouTuber that we both absolutely love, her name is Lindsay Ellis, and she does these fantastic they're deep dives, and they're they're criticisms of pop culture, mainly like movies and books, but they're not criticisms like she's dumping on them. They're more like, here's a deep critical way of looking at it, like to kind of dissect it. And she has this whole series on Michael Bay's Transformers. Now, she's a fan. She's read the comics. She watched all the cartoons. Yeah, I'm,
Came
she
prepared.
she loves, yeah, she loves the Transformers. So again, she's not dumping on them, but she has this series kind of going deep. Her last two are all about the male gaze in Transformers. Now, people generally, when they talk about the male gaze, they only focus on female characters in the movie, but she does an entire episode on how the male gaze affects the male characters.
Interesting.
And it is hands down, I think there's five in the series. And this one is my husband and I, it's our favorite one because what she does is she says the male gaze can apply to all the characters in a movie, not just the women. So it's dissecting how Michael Bay, as the director, views his male characters. And she skewers him, I'm not going to lie. And it's also incredibly eye opening. It will make you look at not only the Transformers movies, but movies in general and how men are framed and used, in particular if it's like a series of movies or a franchise of movies. It's really insightful, and she's super intelligent and super funny. I mean, they're not dry like academic things. She's hilarious. So, and I recommend her channel in general. Like if you're a total pop culture nerd like I am, and you could like binge that stuff all day like I can, Lindsay Ellis is going to be your jam. She's amazing.
Did you by chance watch Bumblebee?
Yes, that is the best Transformers movie. The
So
best.
I resisted as much as possible because anything that has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes has got to be complete and utter trash. I mean, the internet.
Usually, yes, but that one, oh my God.
I will say I hope Michael Bay sat through that and then goes, "Huh, that's what I should have done."
Exactly.
Um it just, and I'm annoyed with the entire Transformers that we have to have humans be the focal point of the story. Um, I just want giant robots that turn into cars. Like, I'm not asking for
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Bumblebee is the one, it's our family friendly Transformers movie. My girls absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, I I can't even remember what the last one I watched of the Michael Bay's. It just got to the point where I was like, really, we're still doing this?
I I watched two and I was like, I'm done.
Are we at like five? Like,
Five. I
oh,
don't understand it. I don't get it at all. But like I said, Lindsay Ellis, she's a fan. So she doesn't dump on it, but she's also not going to sit there and blow sunshine up Michael Bay's ass either. So just be prepared.
I always wonder, do like directors sit around and look at this stuff like when they're like having their morning coffee in their bathrobes, being like, ugh, another review. Let's check this out.
If you're Michael Bay, probably, and if it's like a criticism, he probably like ignores you.
He goes and trolls in the comments on YouTube.
He does. I bet he does.
So I had to think long and hard about what I wanted to do this week because I didn't want to do two of these back to back, but sorry guys, I'm gonna have to uh, go completely geek about Westworld again because I've been watching a lot of weird stuff lately, and it's all been kind of not bad, just not as wonderful. I was hoping to come and talk to you about the amazingness of Altered Carbon because I really liked the first season, but the second season I decided to delete it. Um, and then Westworld came out with season three, and so I actually can't spoil anything for you because I'm rewatching from season two. I watched a things you need to remember from season two video, and I realized that either I didn't understand most of it, or I forgot it, or I was so. Mm. And so I'm rewatching, and I think this might be my third time. But I am rewatching it, and it is so weirdly good, even knowing what's coming as I'm watching things unfold again. What I'm realizing is, oh, this is what's about. Oh, wait, I misremembered that. Wait, did I ever understand it the first time? Let's go open up the Wikipedia and see what it has to say again. So, the acting is outstanding, the character development is amazing, and YouTube has just like YouTube knows that I'm watching it, and so all it does is show me commercials for season three. So I have to keep looking away. Um, I really hope that before watching this video, you got a Westworld commercial. Um, but yeah, if you haven't seen the show, go watch it. The first season is amazing. It plays with some great storytelling techniques that authors do all the time, and it executes them so well that I'm willing to overlook the fact that I hate westerns. So it, I really can't give a bigger shout out than that if I really dislike them. So sorry, Western people, I just can't do it. But the acting and I've already blanked on the name because I forget everything without IMDb open. But Maeve is the bomb, and I can't remember what happens to her at the end of the season, so I can't say be excited for season three with her. I'm not even sure if she makes it. I can't remember. I forget everything. So we decided to have a little bit of fun for our deep dive this week. Um, you're all in quarantine across the world because I'm going to make the assumption that people across the world are watching this. And we are all binging movies left and right. How Netflix hasn't crashed on us, I don't know. And there seems to be two types of people. There are the people who are looking for the escape from this dismal reality that we're currently experiencing, and there's those of us who want to watch the worst case scenario so we feel better about our lives. So I thought Trish and I were going to agree on this one, and what I realized was we almost entirely went in opposite directions. So, Trish, why don't you start out with yours? Because yours are a little more hopeful than mine.
Yeah, I tend to go for like funny, make me laugh. So this is in no particular order. Easy A, starring Emma Stone. This has got some of the best little homages to your favorite teen comedies, and plus Emma Stone is just she's amazing. I love her so much. Um, Number two, next is Bad Moms, starring Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, and Katherine Hahn. Seriously, I've never felt so seen in my life as when I saw this movie. Um, Straight up legit, like if you're a mom or or just watch it, like you will die laughing. It makes me happy. Like it's my go-to when I'm down. Next up is The Spy Who Dumped Me, starring Mila Kunis, Kate McKinnon, and Sam Heughan, who, if you're an Outlander fan, yeah, it's him, guys. It's the Scotsman. This movie, so I love spy comedies, I love buddy comedies, and this is both of them. Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon are like the most pitch perfect buddy comedy duo ever. And what I will say is, for no other reason, watch it to see Kate McKinnon fight a super spy on a flying trapeze. Like, just do it because, oh my God, um, she's crazy. Next up is Galaxy Quest. And yeah, I added everybody because who is not in this movie? So we've got Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Tony Shalhoub, Alan Rickman, Sam Rockwell, Daryl Mitchell, Enrico Colantoni, and Justin Long. This movie, I'm just going to say it is a comedy classic. And the reason I think it is a classic is because it was made in 1999 and it is still holds up today. It
Oh,
is still
absolutely.
relevant. It's hilarious. I still cry laughing when they beam up the thing that's inside out and it explodes. I like that is one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. I don't know why. Yeah, straight up, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then last but not least, now this one is for the real extreme quarantine person. We're talking the person that slips the pizza guy money through like a crack in his door and tells the pizza man to leave the pizza on the doorstep. Okay? The entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. So if you're really looking to hunker down, lay them out. And I'm not talking The Hobbit. We're going to forget about those movies forever if we can. The Lord of the Rings trilogies, and I didn't put who's in it because do I really have to? I don't think I should have to.
And if you want to go extreme and you really want to actually, if you want to prolong the quarantine, you need to get the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended director cut, extra footage. Like,
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I have. That's the
oh,
only way to watch it. The one with like the five different endings for the Return of the. That is the only way. We're talking the 12-hour, marathon here. That's
with
the only way to watch Lord of the Rings.
with bathroom breaks, that movie's literally going to last you 2 days.
Exactly. It's for the hardcore person. And also, I just, some of the special effects don't hold up. I don't really care. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's got everything in it. And it's one of my, again, all-time favorites. So those are my five movies. If you need like pick-me-ups, if you don't want to watch things like, Outbreak or something, um, seriously, one of my best friends watched a movie where it's two guys isolated on a lighthouse with
Oh
weird stuff happening.
yes.
And I was like, okay, if that's your jam when you're isolated, and like he and it, like their property is out on a dirt road, so they're like in the middle of nowhere. I was like, well, whatever floats your boat. But for me, I like more things that are like an escape and funny and make me laugh and like that kind of thing. So those are my picks.
Out of those five, can you do you know which one is my guilty pleasure?
I'm gonna say Easy A.
Yes.
I love that movie so
You
much.
know what it is? It's Clueless for the next generation.
It is. It totally is. And I loved Clueless,
Oh
but
yeah.
Easy A was like, yeah, it definitely was that.
I I'm not even gonna lie. I have a YouTube video selection that the only video in it is the pocket full of sunshine montage. Whenever I'm
I
feeling
could
bad
watch
about
that all
life,
day.
click.
Yes.
By the time
Yes,
she's in the
absolutely.
shower just jamming out, yeah, that's me right there.
That's the goodness right there, man. All right, so what's yours?
Okay, so unlike Trish, I decided let's see how horrible we can make people feel. So, not truly a zombie movie, but guess what? I'm putting it in the zombie category. We're gonna have to go 28 days later. If you truly want to feel that the world is coming to an end and the worst of mankind is all that's left, 28 days later is your jam. And as I was driving to the park this morning to just go for a walk, like the roads were kind of empty and it just has that feel of that opening scene in London where there's nothing. So 28 days later, it doesn't end well for anyone. So, and we're in quarantine for about 28 days. Um, and then zombie staple, I'm going to go with the 2004 Dawn of the Dead. Yes, I like the original, so don't crucify me. It's a great movie. It stands all on its own. But you put Ving Rhames into a movie, and I'm there. So, Dawn of the Dead, it's got fast zombies, which I want to know if I got eaten by a zombie, if I would be a fast zombie. Like, do you get faster afterwards? Because I'm not outrunning anyone right now. Um, and this movie, literally, no one has ever heard of. It went to the movie theaters. I saw it. Someone gave me a Blu-ray of it as a gift, which kind of is a little unnerving on its own. Blindness. It's starring Julianne Moore, and all of a sudden, an infection breaks out. Shocker. And all the people who are affected by it are they go blind, except for Julianne Moore, who wants to go with her blind husband to a quarantine zone. And so she goes with him, and they're all in what I think is a former hospital of some sort. And basically, you get to watch the worst of mankind happen. And she's the only person who can see. And, as events unfold, it's just, you're going to need a moment. Like, I can't tell you how
Wow.
many trigger warnings there are throughout that movie. It's a lot.
That sounds intense.
It I have watched it once. I don't need to watch it again. It's still with me. And I sat down yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna watch it. All of a sudden, when they're being marched into the hospital, I was like, nope, I remember all of it now. Just can't go down that road just yet. We'll save that for
Yeah.
week 3.
Oh
Um,
God.
if you want a slightly more fun apocalyptic movie, anything from the Resident Evil franchise. Um, Mila Jovovich is my I would play for the other team. She is amazing in just about everything ever. And I don't care how bad the movies are. It's Mila Jovovich, and she kicks the crap out of everything. Um, and it starts to, in the middle, sag a little bit, and you wonder, this is kind of going downhill. And then the last one pops up, and it's almost good again. So you get to actually go through the human experience with this franchise. But I am going to end it on one good one. It has zombies, it has the apocalypse, it has Scotland, and singing. And that would, of course, be Anna and the Apocalypse. Um, it it opened with no reviews. It is a hilarious teenage take on the apocalypse. The music is pretty good. A lot of the actors are from Scotland. It takes place in Glasgow Port. So uh, if you're familiar with Scotland, you get to see a lot of the places, and people were like, "Oh, I know that. I know that." Um, the music is bizarrely catchy, and while it doesn't end on a happy note, it's fun getting there. Um, and then you download the soundtrack and listen to it every day going to work for a week. It
That's
happens.
awesome. That's
So
awesome.
I would absolutely suggest checking it out. It's your lighthearted apocalyptic movie that you can dance to.
We all need one of those. We all need one of those.
So this episode is going to run a little bit short because, well, poor dear Trish only has so much to go.
Yeah, I've been muting throughout to keep you all from hearing me hacking coughing because it's really gross.
Um, but good news, we are still going to be working through the apocalypse.
Yep, we are.
We will find more geeky, interesting things to speak about. Um,
I
so,
think next week is our book club episode, isn't it?
yes, which I'm actually really kind of looking forward to because
I am too.
it's Daredevil. Though,
Yeah, that the Binti trilogy of novellas was so good. I can't wait to talk about it. And I should be a lot better next week, so I'll be able to talk a lot more about stuff.
have you been going on like a bizarre Kindle freebie download streak?
I was, and then I'm back into a print book kick right now. I don't know what the deal is.
So many superhero authors are currently uh, putting their books out for free that I may have downloaded all of them.
Oh my God. I should do that with the first book in the Rise of Heroes series, actually. I'm probably going to set up a free giveaway next week for that. So
I
we'll
did
see.
I did the uh my Suburban Zombie High series thinking it's lighthearted and apocalypse. So I think it
And it works because it's like it's going gangbusters.
yeah, I hit number 1 in uh well, 3 categories, but only 2 at a time. So
That's still big. Congratulations on that. That's
um
huge.
and I didn't advertise it. I just put it out to Facebook page and newsletter. Um it's been really well received. So I think we're gonna see a weird splurge of apocalypse writers emerge in the next few weeks.
Yeah. And then I think we're gonna see also just after that or maybe during that, I think we are gonna see a lot more people buying books.
Yeah,
Because I am seeing so many people talk not only about the movies they're gonna watch, but like the books they're gonna read. So
I think the first week when people were panic buying, people were worried about money, time was short,
yeah.
pick up the kids. I think that was a little bit crazy. I have definitely noticed a little bit of an uptick. I'm not gonna say I'm rolling in dough or anything, um,
Yeah.
but at least people remember. Oh, I can read books too.
There's books. Books are a good part of the quarantine process.
My
But we go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just to add to books, my comic book store is doing drive up delivery.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
major props to them.
Yeah, I think in a couple weeks we're gonna have to treat the girls, maybe do a trip to the comic store again, because they're that's the other thing, man. Homeschooling. The school sent home packets, and my girls are pretty much already done with them. We're not even a week into it.
Oh,
That's how
it's
scary they are.
I love how everyone was saying, oh, in 9 months we're gonna see quarantine babies. Um, if you have a little one at home, there is no baby making happening.
No, not at
No.
all.
So
That's not going on.
yeah. Uh,
Do we have a question of the week?
yeah, I figured let's keep it light and see what side people fall on. What are you watching during the great isolationing of 2020?
That is a great question. That is a
Keep it
great question.
simple. I
Yeah.
need more binge TV, so basically I'm outsourcing.
Yeah, I need some more stuff to watch too. So give me your suggestions, everybody.
All right, and I think that's where we're going to call it today.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to leave us a review or favorite us or subscribe. Leave a comment, email us, all that good stuff. We would love to hear from you and how you're doing.
Yeah,
Just let us know how you're doing.
we're just really bored, so give us attention.
Something, anything. Come on. Some reason I can tell my girls no. I actually don't want to see that thing that you drew for the 100th time. Not right
Oh,
now.
Frozen 2 is on.
Not again. Okay, anyway.
All right, with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
To stay up to date with the Geekorama podcast, you can watch our videos on YouTube or subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. And if you enjoy the show, leave us a review or hit the thumbs up button. New episodes are released on Thursdays for podcast listeners and YouTube fans.